Couldn't even tell what that was, what you did.
We're not. We're not going to use that.
All right, we're not using that.
That was weird.
All right.
All right. You know when you like drink stuff and you get really hyped up and you do stupid stuff you probably shouldn't do?
It's called being an adult.
It's called making a podcast.
It's called being an adult.
It's called Project Airwaves.
It's called adulting. One at a time.
I'm allergic. Record over what was there. Yay!
Jesus loves me. He loves me a bunch. He always puts Jiffy in my lunch.
It was Skippy.
It was Jiffy.
It was Skippy.
Was it Skippy?
It was Skippy.
Jiffy and Skippy are the same. They're both peanut butter.
I know, but Skippy was the nuttier one, wasn't it?
Still peanut butter. A nut's a nut.
It's right behind you. It says Skippy.
A nut's a nut.
Jiffy's old.
Jiffy and Skippy are the same.
Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Sometimes you don't.
Don't.
You might have a problem.
Ew.
Okay, hello everybody.
Hello.
D.
Lynn.
Project Airwaves.
That's us.
It's the end of the year.
It's the end of the year.
It's the end. The end is nigh. Fastly approaching. We survived, and we are here. All right, so we're going to keep this. No, I can't say short and sweet. That's the name of another episode we did.
What is this?
You can't ask me what something is that they can't see.
What is
they
this?
They can't see your weird broken wiener looking thing.
This looks like a stick, or like those little when you used to put them on your finger and eat them.
Oh yeah.
What were they called?
Dude, I never.
They'll understand it if I say it. They were the chips that were spiral like cones, and you would put your
bugles.
You'd make a claw of them and then eat them. Yeah.
You're so weird. Did you actually do that?
I did. I attacked people with them too, all the time.
I made the paper claws.
Oh yeah, I used to do that in high school too.
Cooler.
The paper claws and the little footballs with notes. Trying to pass notes in high school.
Oh yeah.
When you would have to write it in a note form in football and then try to kick it
Don't hit the wrong person. I beamed like the popular girl in the back of the head with one of my notes, and it was a note that was like, "Hey, you want to go out this weekend?"
Yeah.
And she got furious.
Not today. So you embarrassed me in front of my friends.
Or the teacher would take the note and they'll just read it in front of you.
You know what? There'd be a couple teachers that would do that, and I hated that shit.
Well, yeah.
You learned. I don't know. Do you think they do that? They don't do that.
You go to
anymore.
school to learn. Of course they no, because now kids just text.
That's also true.
They don't fucking.
But how? So how would you get attention?
Snap Twitter book.
How would you get attention of a girl that you like in a class if you don't have her number? You can't text her.
No, they use the social medias. So it's like, oh, send me your IG.
That's not even fun.
Oh,
you know what?
Your link.
I saw a video on YouTube. I saw a video on YouTube of a guy recording something like out like in like an Eiffel Tower, and some girl walks up and she tapped his phone with a card, and then walked away, and all of a sudden her entire social media information got put on that card.
Yes,
I didn't know that was a thing.
So,
you can transition that fastly. It's just like a
depends
fob,
on the
right?
phone you have.
Yeah.
So some of
most phones can do that because my phone can do that. It's an adapter.
Not cross-platform though. Like your Android can't do that with an Apple.
What's that like?
I want to say NFT, but that's crypto.
Yeah, that's crypto.
It's a type of mirroring or where it makes your phone open to other phones of the same make and model.
That's gonna bother me.
And so they did this a long time ago when smartphones first came out. Do you remember those commercials where it'd be like, I put my phone down, there's a picture, you tap your phone and now you have...
And you can have the picture.
It's that exact same technology.
Thing, but most phones have that now, right? I feel like it was NF something, but I can't remember what the hell.
I know what you're talking about. Here's the problem with that. You have to leave your phone very open. Like your,
to the public, there's
your
no way.
Bluetooth, your GPS, all of that's got to be on. Not to mention now you've opened your phone up now for that person to see your files.
No.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Sounds cool.
Cool.
Yeah, except you have no privacy.
What do you think next year? As far as 2022, what do you think new technology is going to change? What do you think they're going to add to our livelihood?
What's that?
I don't know. I'm delusional. I got a partial headache. No caffeine today.
Livelihood.
I'm super tired.
That was awesome. All right, we got to get Lynn when he's like totally just gone, and we'll get some bloopers. I'll try and get some bloopers. So as far as the future, I'm excited because obviously we're going to be getting more electric cars. And I'm definitely looking forward to like the Ford F-150. I know they got the Hummer, obviously the Teslas. I know Ford is coming out with like I just said, the F-150. I know they're coming out with a Mustang.
Wait, so you're talking? Well, yeah, no, they have. I think Mustang. They already have it.
Yeah, the electric.
I saw a picture of the electric.
I've seen
one,
a few of them
like
on the road.
like an SUV kind of.
Well, the electric Mustang.
I just saw that it was Ford's.
So the electric Mustang, and I kind of hate how they're doing this thing with the electric cars. How they're like not giving them a form or a shape. It looks like
it's a box.
Yeah, but there's no detail.
There's no detail. They're making it super boxy.
Even the Ford electric one, it looks like, I want to say like maybe the 2005 Ford Mustang, how it had that really smooth, old-fashioned body. Mm-hmm. where like everything was just kind of, it was more old school.
Yeah.
Now it looks like that, but it's smooth.
Yeah.
There's no like accentuating features.
Yeah.
There's no
they're going
flair
more
to
into
it.
like a cyberpunk.
And I don't like it. You know, even when I saw iRobot with the self-driving cars, there's no variety. It's almost like you're losing your individuality.
They're making it more efficient to where it's like they don't care what it looks like. They just want to show that it can do better things.
Which would be cool in a different world. But I mean, as human beings, we live to manifest ourselves in our own image as far as what's in our mind.
Yeah, that's why everybody has different vehicles with different creations.
Your car reflects you as much as you can. It may not be the car you want.
Yeah.
But your car, Lynn's car, he's got the Majin Buu symbol on the forehead of his car. That's how I know I can separate Lynn from any other car because his car has the Majin Buu symbol. My old Acura Integra had the shocker. You know?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It on the bumper.
You know what I mean? I don't want my car to look uniform like everybody else's, I guess. But long and short of it, electric cars are going to be amazing. Phones are just taking off. Dude, I can't wait to get a tablet phone.
I want the tablet phone because that's what Samsung just came out with. So they have the flip and the fold.
Yes.
I really, really want to buy the fold. Yes. Okay, so you're thinking the same thing. It looks really good. And it's like, I was looking at it, processor runs relatively well. I don't feel like there's been any issues with it freezing when it comes to opening and closing. That's the only thing I'm afraid of.
It's more quality of the build.
Yeah.
So,
because they have a thing where it's just a warehouse or like a manufacturer of just the phones being flipped back and forth for hours to make sure that there would be no issues.
They damn near patent that hinge.
Yeah.
That helps with the fold because what they were some of the tech subscriptions I watch on YouTube, they were talking about how like you get dirt and dust in there. It's kind of like, you know, you put your screensaver on your phone,
and over time it gets dirt around the rim and stuff.
So that fold, quote unquote, would start to gather dirt and dust in there to where it wouldn't either open properly. It would start to squeak. The screens wouldn't transition. So they did a lot of tightening up work there when it comes to the devices. I love the thought of, I've always loved the thought of having a big ass phone. So it's like, it's nice small phone
to have it in like an average size thing, but then when you open it up in his computer,
it turns into a small tablet.
Yeah, it's a small tablet.
I love that.
I was looking at it, and they're not horribly expensive. They sell them at Best Buy, but it's the same thing of having a phone bill, and then I'm noticing now when it comes to getting a phone, because you have your normal plan, and then they tack on what the expense of the phone is.
Oh yeah, they're like, oh, this phone requires a specific data plan.
Yeah, so it costs. I think for my phone, it was whatever the plan was. I don't even know what I really pay for it anymore, but it's an additional $50 a month for the phone to pay off the phone. That phone is an additional $80 on top of what your phone bill already is.
Yes, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's the only downside about getting one. But is you're getting a more expensive bill.
You can, if you're old enough, and even with the young kids, because now with not even social media, just with the flow of information as it is, you can tell, unfortunately, a lot of these tech companies, they're just major conglomerates in general, are not making things
conglomerates.
They're not making things for our benefit. And I'll elaborate on that where I'm gonna say benefit with air quotes. You can tell, like, okay, like me and Lynn were talking about cars. So with cars, whatever you see in a luxury car, give it about 5 to 10 years, it'll be in the base model of all of the lower end cars.
Correct.
So like the lane assist, your rear view,
the not hazards, but like the warning to know that there's a car coming. Yeah,
it used to be having a camera on your car was a big deal,
and now it's like everything that's 2016 and up, it has to have a reverse camera.
Right. Yeah. It's all of your cars have computers in them now. Everybody has Bluetooth now. Everybody can stream in their cars. My brother's new truck, he can actually activate a hotspot. From his truck.
Mine does the same thing.
Which is insanity.
It has
a
mobile hotspot.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because for us, it used to be like, damn, I don't have internet cell reception.
My thing has a mobile hotspot, and then it also has a deck where you can lay your phone flat on top of it, and it'll charge.
Yeah, his car has a wireless fast charger, so he just puts his phone in a little slot.
Yep.
And it starts charging his phone.
It don't work that well, but
I like it, but I don't like it because I feel like it's making us lazy. Like, he doesn't have a shifter anymore. It's buttons.
Yeah.
He flicks the switch.
More or less, but then you have to take out the thought of it's trying to make our lives easier, which, yes, in term is making us lazy, but then that should give you the momentum to do something else, to challenge yourself.
Is that really going to happen, though?
For me, it is.
Yeah, we're talking about the average Joe, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, are you saying I'm not average?
But when my car can parallel park itself,
you calling me some
why
kind
do
of
I need to learn that skill?
Talk?
You can't say that word.
I can't use those
words. He's trying to get us canceled.
Sorry.
Oh.
Well,
but I mean, it gets to the point where I feel like a lot of this technology is a cash grab. Like we're on generation 20 of the
for iPhones, don't even
the
tell me.
iPhones.
I have no idea.
Right. On your Samsung Galaxy, you have a X100?
It would no. What? You just made up a number and a letter. Mine's is so it's weird because they went from Galaxy 10 or 11 and
to
then
the 20,
and
right?
then they skipped the rest of the numbers, went straight up to 20.
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
I got the 20 Ultra. I remember because I thought
are you serious?
I got the 20 plus
It's
Ultra.
like a Dragon Ball Z character.
It's like My Hero Academia. I got the 20 plus Ultra and they said plus 5G, and now they're on the 21.
So instead of Android 18, you got Android 20.
Yes, and then 21 is the newest one that's out, and they're coming out with 22. I still don't understand why they jumped, but then iPhone did the same thing.
Yes,
they went from the 13 like to the
10,
X.
No, X is the 10.
Yeah,
XR, and now I think they have iPhone 11. You're right, I've lost track.
I think
we support it through my company, but what I'm saying is like they're pushing out a lot of product with very little changes. Mm-hmm. It used to be like when we bought a new cell phone, it was like, dude, this phone. It was a flip phone. It had a full QWERTY keyboard. It had dual screens. It had some type of feature.
I gotta remember you gave me one of your phones. It was a red phone and it was a slide phone.
Yeah. All the phones did something different, kind of unique.
Yeah.
Now it feels like they all do the same thing. Every phone is a touchscreen.
Yeah, you're getting
every phone is a 5.6 inch diagonal, 7.8 inch, whatever.
I get what they're doing, and why they're trying to transition into easier technology. I feel like let's get out of the phones and let's get out of the cars. What's next? What's new for 2022 that you think that they're going to add?
That's a big question.
I've been following a lot of what Elon Musk is saying.
Yeah,
including
the Muskie man,
including that wicked fade that he's got going on right now. Have you seen it?
Well, I don't understand. Did you see the picture of him and Kanye?
No.
There's a picture of Elon Musk and Kanye, and I think Elon Musk is wearing like a Powerpuff Girl shirt. It's so weird. They look so weird.
Yeah, I mean, Kanye's just weird in general.
Right.
Elon Musk is very entertaining to watch because when he was talking about a bunch of different things, I'm not going to go obviously into what we all fucking know that's going on around the world, but his mindset of where he doesn't like to push anything on society. Think about it like this. So the stuff that he makes.
Yes.
He makes it for public use to everything.
Yes. And
in doing that, he always says it's up to you if you want to get this. Agreed. I'm not saying you have to transition into this. Yes. He was making the same thing.
But at the same time, a counter argument is you don't really have a choice. Yes. Because if you think about it, we're all driving gas cars right now.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. Another thing. He was talking to it was some Saudi Arabian location where he was interviewing with them, and he was saying that universal income has to come soon because what's happening is that the machines that they're making are going to be so advanced that it's going to put most people out of business. So in order to counter that, make universal income. And then the guy was saying, well, if you're doing that, that means anybody that's homeless is always going to have a constant form of living. And Elon Musk's counter for that was, well, the reason why we do that is to make everybody's lives. So rather than having everybody have the same flat rate and make the same amount of money and make all of our lives easier, you want the whole world to struggle to where more people can make more money and other people make what is it called? Upper, lower, and middle class?
Like the class system.
Rather than having a utopia of everybody being on the same page, you want to keep everybody in a class system.
Yeah, but see, no, that's the problem though. That because I'll try and break it down the best way I can, the way I see it. Right now, the way our system is set up, because of all the work you've done, you got promoted to your position. Mm-hmm. Now you make more money than the people that were under you that may have been at that same position for longer, but now you make more money than them and you're over them. Mm-hmm. And that's because of your hard work and your accolades. They've put you at a higher bracket.
Which I get.
Now, if we do a universal income, no matter how hard you work.
Well, no, this is the thing. The universal income means that nobody's working. It's a flat.
But that's the problem. You have to work.
You're making money
as a human being. What would you do if you couldn't work? You'd be like, "Oh, I would go to the gym," but after 2-3 years,
go to the gym.
Yes,
I go
give
travel.
it 2-3 years. What would you do?
Everything.
Travel where? With what money? Because you're getting a set income.
You're still
no matter how hard you work.
Still making money,
right? So, but where would you go?
Meaning that the economy would have to balance out. So let's say, universal income has to match what a plane ticket would cost.
No,
what a hotel would cost.
That's like saying the cost of living has to give you enough money to own an apartment, and we both know right now, making minimum wage, you cannot own an apartment. So it wouldn't work.
The cost of living were to come down because if machines were working for everything.
If the cost of living came down.
That would come down as a universal.
The cost of living goes up every single year. It doesn't come down.
Fair.
This is what I'm talking about.
Fair.
It sounds great, but when you long term it, it doesn't work. You know what I mean? Because I thought of that too. I'm like, just pay everybody $20-$30 an hour. Give everybody like $2,000 or $3,000 a week every 2 weeks or whatever.
Well, there was a thing.
It doesn't work.
What state does that, or what country does that, where they are able to use universal income as a backup, meaning that you're getting not
all countries
income.
Do it.
It's what country when the vid hit?
Well, no, we all did it. That's what I'm saying. Even in the States, we did a form of it.
We did a form of it, of stimulus.
With the stimulus.
But they were doing a set back pay of just, we're paying you out for the time that you're unemployed.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's technically the same thing.
I don't know if it was Paris or if it was the UK or...
Well, it was probably the UK, most likely, or somewhere probably potentially in Australia. The thing is with that, there's no longevity for it. Short term, perfect. Cancel, bring everybody's bills down to one set price. We know you can pay this. If we pay you $1,000 a month and your power bill is $20 every month.
Correct.
We know after all these bills, you'll have $500 left over. Cool. What if the cost of living goes up? Just like we're seeing, gas gone up, milk has gone up, groceries have gone up. The basic necessities of life have gotten more expensive. With the universal income, they would have to adjust that. So ultimately, it would zero itself out.
So then let's say, figuratively speaking, because even Elon Musk was saying, if machines start to take over our basic work,
inevitably.
Yeah, inevitably.
Yes, they will.
How do you counter that for human?
Well, that's the problem. That's kind of almost the second proverbial question of life. Our first proverbial question is, what am I here for? Second proverbial question, now that we've integrated technology into our society and it's slowly but surely overthrowing the human element in our day-to-day lives.
Speak, Morpheus. Speak.
It's one of those things where humans need a purpose. We need something to do. With too much free time, we lose our minds. That's why the system is the way it is. People can say white supremacy, blah, blah, blah. Our system is structured the way it is, and it works best for us because of the economy and the type of society we have. So if someone takes over your job, they say, we don't need you anymore. We have a computer that can train them. We have a VR system. They put on the VR headset. We can train 1,000 people in 1 hour, as where you can only train 30 people in a week.
Right.
You're out. You're out of a job. Okay, cool. You're going to go to the gym, do all this stuff. And then after a year or two,
I'm going to be fucking shredded.
You're going to be bored.
And shredded.
Right. Yes. But you're going to be bored.
And shredded.
Because what are you going to do with all that shred? Nothing. You have nowhere to go.
My laundry.
You can't hang out with people.
Washboard abs.
You can't hang out with people because of the vid.
We're all shredded.
You're going to look at yourself? You're going to become an IG model?
We're all going to be shredded
you start
together.
With OnlyFans, show your butthole?
Bored and shredded with a bleached butthole.
With veins.
Yeah, with veins. Ew, the butthole or the body?
The butthole.
Oh, that's intense.
That's a muscle.
That's too
it's
much.
A muscle.
I don't want to see a vascular butthole.
Just saying. But it's what I want to see.
I get what you're saying.
What I want to see is I just want to see things kind of level out as far as prices are going up and we're not getting paid more. So it makes it harder for us to buy things.
I feel like what would help more than anything, just for a balance, is obviously not. I mean, this is just figuratively speaking, but if machines that we had, whatever Elon Musk would be working on, let's say factory machines or any kind of machines, law enforcement machines, were to come into play, do a week on, week off system, meaning you still get your pay, but the machines are taking over.
Wouldn't work. Sorry, it wouldn't work.
It would help everybody balance out.
It wouldn't work.
There's no way to get us to increase.
So you're the CEO of a company.
Yes.
Okay. Right now you're making $1.3 million a year with your human staff. We go full on robot. Now you're making $5.3 million a year.
Yeah.
If I say, hey, let's keep on the human people, half, part-time, whatever. Now, instead of making $5.3 million, you're making $2.5, maybe $3 million.
Yeah.
Are you going to take the $5 million or are you going to take $3 million?
I feel like that would lock into a law at that point, meaning that you can't.
We hope, but there are no laws.
Figuratively speaking.
Right, there are no AI laws right now.
Let's say if there was an AI law to lock into that, saying in order for the economy to balance out, because like you said, there's no way for us to balance out if we're not making any more money and everything is going up. So in order for us to make more money, you have to be able to subtract a lot of the human amount of work that we do and put it into different things, meaning have machines take over partial of the work.
Yes.
And then we go do other tasks to be made.
And
I feel like with human time,
as a proper integration, kind of like a Matrix mindset with how it was in the Animatrix before everything went to hell, how humans and machines were kind of working together.
Yeah, coexisting.
The thing is with people, with mankind, is they tend to fear what they don't understand.
Right.
So with robots coming to take over, we have robot dogs who have already been patrolling the streets of Las Vegas.
That's so...
they did that during 4th of July. Something.
Robot dogs?
Yes, we have robo patrol dogs.
What?
Yes, you've seen those military commercials with those quadrupeds and they kick it.
Oh yeah.
Police are using those, bro. We are literally. That. I'm making a very small space between my fingers. We are this close from RoboCop, and then Judge Dredd. Yeah. Because have you seen the Highway Patrol motorcycles?
NHPs.
They look like Judge Dredd.
They do.
Every iteration. So technology is becoming more and more integrated. I just hope we don't lose a lot of the. Oh yeah, you got to hurry. Okay, yeah. I just hope we don't lose a lot of our privacies and a lot of the advantages this technology has awarded us.
We're at an advantage with us obviously being the creators, more or less so. But to bring in 2022, yes. I feel like with things changing, yes. trying to be optimistic and being ahead of the curve yes. is what's going to be the hardest for pretty much all of us.
Yes, I agree. So there's a way. It's optimism, and what it is it's realism. It's balancing your optimism and your pessimism. As long as you have facts, that's what I tell everybody.
It's so hard to push
facts.
It's so hard to push facts because I'm the same way.
Yes.
If you can present facts to me about what I'm doing wrong and what is happening, I have no way of fighting you or arguing with you. There has to be a counterbalance. But you get a lot of people that are driven by emotion. Right. So when you try to give them facts and they're in a very pessimistic mindset, they disregard it.
Yeah.
Like they're saying something and I'm looking at them like you're just saying words now.
Yeah.
There's no rhyme or reason about what you're saying. I'm telling you to produce facts.
Right.
And then you hit me with just because.
Yes.
Or because I said so.
Like Greta Thunberg. They're like, oh, the planet, we're going to run out of resources in 5 years, 10 years. Where are the facts?
Yes.
Show me. Oh, well, we have this this PowerPoint and we have this 3D model that we sketched out to project 15 billion years into the future where mankind. No, you have no proof that we're running out of anything. No. If anything, we need to better actually build things more efficiently, but that's neither here nor there. But yes, facts. Mm-hmm. What it comes down to is, when there will always be a form of pessimism. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You should always have a level of skepticism with anything.
Right.
But when you have the facts, it makes you feel better, at least about going into it.
I know, yeah. I said, I'd be a hypocrite otherwise to say it. It's like, if you can't get me in a conversation where facts aren't the primary source of what we're talking about.
There's no point.
And you're just kind of beating around, I'll get frustrated. Like, you're just saying words.
Right.
There's nothing equaling. Yeah, just words. You're just vomiting words because you need to get your point across.
Yes.
So I talk to you like a child. I'm like, okay, I understand. Cool.
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then people will be mad, like, oh, you're just saying that to say it. It's like, you're right.
Yeah.
Because when I'm stating facts, you don't want to hear it. And then you're just spewing nonsense.
And that's the thing.
I have to listen.
As long as you give me facts, baby boy, look. Trump, Biden, whoever's in office, mm-hmm. I don't give a damn. If you give me facts and you show me the proof, mm-hmm. look, I'll follow you. Even if I know, if you say we're going to have 5 years of hardship, but 100 years of prosperity thereafter.
If you show facts in order to do it.
I'll follow that.
But nobody has any facts to actually
I can live through that. But when you're just like, well, we don't know what's going to happen from day to day. We don't know what, that doesn't make me optimistic. So I've learned to reel in my pessimism, try and be a little more realistic. It's been difficult these past 2 years, but seeing what's out there, I'm hopeful. Yes, because we've given sight to the blind. We can give people like Lynn who are colorblind. We can give them the ability to see color. We've given deaf people the ability to hear. We've given mute people the ability to talk. We have all of these wonderful things and technologies at our disposal.
Correct.
Something good has to come from it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's where my optimism goes. It's like, I know eventually something good will come out of all this shenanigans.
So too. I'm relatively hopeful for 2022. I don't know if it's the new position that I'm in. Yes, I'm more mentally and physically tired than I think I've ever been.
Yes.
But more mentally tired, more mentally exhausted, but physically driven to want to get shit done.
Yes.
So I feel like maybe with things kind of getting in the better groove, it will be a better year next year.
It will be. It has to be eventually. So you can only go down so far. Mm-hmm. I won't say we've hit rock bottom.
No,
I think it's going to take a lot longer than 2 years for us to hit rock bottom.
We're pretty much past
we're
that
at
point.
A low enough point that I think we can start going up from here.
Yeah, someone made a comment about this a while back about saying, not even a while back, just recently that I heard, I never knew this much about politics in my life until now, just because I've gotten locked into a point where you have to know about politics in order to know how the world is running.
That's the only way to navigate the world.
I don't want to. I don't want to know about it, but it gets pushed in your plate so much.
It's out there.
You don't have a choice now.
That's the only way to get information.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, and then you just kind of muddle through it and you filter it out and you decide what you want to believe.
Great.
So that at the end of the day, I do have high hopes for 2022. Mm-hmm. I know regardless of what happens, Project Airwaves will be here.
We're going to be here forever.
We're not going anywhere.
Chipotle is my life.
This
and
is
I'm
the
hungry.
song that never ends. It just goes on and on, my friend.
What was that from?
Some people started singing, didn't know quite what it was. No, you don't.
I know what you're talking about.
It's like the annoying song.
I'm singing it to my head, but I don't know what it was from.
It's like the annoying song. I mean, it's from everything when you try and be annoying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I understand.
Regardless of any of that, though, we're going to be building. We're building an empire.
We
want you guys to build along
Please.
with us. Where were you going with that?
I don't know. I'm
He's delusional.
I'm so hungry and I have such a headache. I'm trying to get to Chipotle before they close at 10 o'clock.
So, in case you folks haven't noticed, we have put out some polls on Spotify. So, if you happen to be listening to this on Spotify, answer the poll.
Answer the poll, please.
We want to know. We want your interaction.
I need things to go in my brain.
Please talk to me.
Please,
please say hello to me.
Please say hello to me. R.I.P. to Will Smith and that mannequin.
Other than that, you can catch us on YouTube, Facebook,
that thing.
Twitter.
We're
working on the Instagram. We have our website, projectairwaves.com.
We gotta do that too.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We love you guys so much. This is D.
This is Lynn.
Keep your head in the clouds.
And keep your feet on the ground. Always moving forward.
Project Airwaves signing out. You did real good.
So long.